By a resolution of the Court of Assistance dated 16th of July 2020, David James Sales was elected Master of the Company for the ensuing year. I call upon you, David James Sales, in accordance with the ordinances governing the proceedings of the Worshipful Company of Insurers, to take your corporal oath and to well and truly execute the office of Master in all things concerning the said office.
I, David James Sales, solemnly declare that I will be true and faithful to our Sovereign Lady the Queen and to her heirs and successors, kings and queens of this realm, that I will faithfully and justly execute the office of Master of the Worshipful Company of Insurers, that I will endeavour at all times to put in due execution all the lawful ordinances of the company and diligently promote, to the best of my skill, the lawful objects of the company.
So David Sales will now sign the declaration, which has already been witnessed by the clerk.
I invest you, David James Sales, Master of the Worshipful Company of Insurers for the ensuing year. I entrust to you the duties and the dignities of that office, and I welcome you to this chair.
So the incoming Master will now place the badge of office around his own neck. As members who have attended this ceremony in the past will know, it's normal for the outgoing Master to invest the incoming Master with the badge of office. But of course, public health guidance on social distancing requires us to modernise and adapt our ceremony for the current situation.
So, and now I invest you, David James Sales, with the badge of office of the Master. Thank you. Congratulations, David. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so now the incoming Master, David Sales, will give his first speech as Master of the Worshipful Company of Insurers.
Immediate Past Master, Senior Warden, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for the confidence that you've shown in me by electing me as your Master. It's an incredible honour and such a privilege, and I look forward to working with you all. My wife, Karen, is bitterly disappointed that she couldn't be here this evening, but unfortunately with the COVID restrictions, it did limit our numbers to 6, and unfortunately she wasn't able to be part of that sort of 6. But she has promised me that she'll be watching this live stream, provided, of course, that it doesn't clash with anything good on television. So fingers crossed that we avoid EastEnders. I think it's true to say that I've been on a very steep learning curve over the past 2 years, and I'm indebted to many past masters for their wise words and encouragement. And I would like to thank especially Past Master Rosemary and Past Master Terry Masters for their mentoring and patience. I'm also tremendously reassured and lucky to have an astute and trusted friend, Nick Dunlop, as my senior warden, and an experienced court, rich with expertise and sage advice that I know I can turn to in times of trouble. And of course, our new clerk, Victoria, who has already made her mark and demonstrated conclusively what a tremendous asset she is to our livery. And I have no doubt that she will offer me learned counsel and keep me in check. It is extremely sad that our immediate past Master Rosemary has had such a roller coaster year as Master, with the immense disappointment at the cancellation of so many of the key events. But I'm sure that I speak on behalf of all of us by thanking you, Rosemary, for your exceptional and inspired leadership and your energy, passion and care you displayed during your year. Your acute attention to detail has helped us out of many tricky situations. And I really am glad that we are seeing you back, Rosemary, with a renewed vigour as our junior warden. Fingers crossed that when Rosemary's stint comes round again as master, the miserable times that we are currently enduring will be long consigned to history. But for the foreseeable future, it will remain a difficult time for us all. And I'm under no illusion of just how much of a challenge we face to adapt the way that we work to continue to deliver a refreshing and inspiring membership proposition. However, I am comforted in the sure knowledge that we have such a strong and solid foundation of warm fellowship, camaraderie, and a shared passion which will carry us through. We had a new members virtual event a couple of weeks ago on Zoom, and the sheer enthusiasm and sense of pride displayed by our recent new members made me realise just what a special and unique thing that we have here. During her year as master, Rosemary adopted the theme of invest in the future. And I want to build on this during my year and focus particularly on nurturing inclusion and talent in a changing world. I strongly feel that as a livery company, we must reflect the insurance community we are part of and recognise the changing times that we live in. Now is not the time to go into too much detail, but I'm grateful to our new court assistant, AJ Gupta, for giving me an in-depth, personal executive briefing about diversity and inclusion, which I found enlightening. Good progress has already been made in the diversity space, and it is the inclusion part where action is now needed. As a livery, we are already following a number of excellent initiatives associated with this. And via the membership committee, under Bob Stutchbury's leadership, we have already taken a number of very successful steps in terms of attracting new women into the livery and also those from ethnic backgrounds. In addition, IWIN, headed by Karen Graves, continues to command widespread praise and recognition, not only for supporting the professional development of women in insurance, but also for embracing other aspects of the wider diversity agenda. In addition to the other excellent talent initiatives we are already focusing on, iEngage has recently launched their Engage Your Career program, which is a really exciting development. None of these things I can take credit for, but I am determined to do what I can to add further impetus and energy to them during my year. I'm also grateful to John Young, Chair of our Charitable Trust, and Claire Burrell, Chair of the Livery Committee, for always thinking outside of the box, whether that be how best to spend our charitable money so that we can reach those who would otherwise be forgotten, or for organising events for all our members to enjoy, whatever stage they are in their career, so that they can get the most out of their membership. I guess, like most of us, I'm slowly coming to terms with life in lockdown. But every now and again, I get a little bit misty-eyed about some of those things that I miss. When Julie Andrews sang about a few of her favourite things, such as raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, you might be forgiven for thinking that these seem slightly strange choices for a 30-year-old lady, which she was at the time. I can more understand the excitement over brown paper packages, as we've seen plenty of those arrive at our doorstep recently, courtesy of Amazon, not necessarily tied up with string. But that got me thinking about what peculiar joys I have missed during the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions. I missed the satisfaction of beating my fellow commuters to the last seat on the train. I miss chanting bawdy refrains at the top of my voice at a football match. And trust me, it's not the same sitting in your own living room. Although my wife Karen belts out a very mean "I'm forever blowing bubbles." But most of all, I miss the close human interface of the London insurance market, which I've been part of now for 40 years. I miss the buzz and vibrancy. I miss brainstorming with colleagues. I miss the casual encounters with competitors and underwriters and the exchange of informal, unattributed market speculation, otherwise known as gossip. For a market that has always proudly differentiated itself with the strength of face-to-face negotiations, for the time being, we have been catapulted into the alien environment of trading remotely via telephone, email, or Zoom. Research shows that these casual encounters and interactions we are all missing out on are strong and important drivers of the dissemination of ideas and information, and they promote creativity and innovation. As a company, I feel we have a unique ability to offer our members fellowship with others at all levels across the industry, which, quite honestly, I think will be hard to find elsewhere in the foreseeable future. The INED seminars, ably led by its forward-thinking chair, Past Master Tim Carroll, are a great case in point. They offer unparalleled networking opportunities with senior members in the industry. We're also going to see more of the popular breakfast briefings, which our senior warden, Nick Dunlop, is heavily involved in. I'm lucky. I'm inheriting so many positives. There is another less well-known song from The Sound of Music, I Have Confidence. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing it. Now, I've never actually seen the film, so I may be taking it a little bit out of context, but for my part, I have confidence that we will soon return to happier times. I have confidence that the insurance industry will emerge more efficient and robust. And I have absolute confidence that we will come out of this, these dark and unsettled times, a stronger and more dynamic modern livery company. And I thank you all for giving me the opportunity of playing a key part in that. Thank you.